Okay, hi everyone, it's Koinzell here. So today let's talk about the BDM Global's patch notes for the week of 12th January. Basically, there's no real content update, but there's a few new events as well as new items in the shop, so I'll cover all those. So first off, the events. This is pretty straightforward really. Just clear all this and get the fragment pass for exchanging in the previous event, or rather the ongoing event from that started last week, and it's going to last for 2 months. Wow. Okay, so you can pretty much anticipate what other type of events are coming. Basically, you're just going to get events to get the fragment pass and get the world boss fragments, which is a good thing because that helps you in getting all the primer gear that you need. So it's not too bad. And remember when I said before that world boss fragments eventually will become not say so common, but more like there will be a lot more of it, and this is just a prime example of that. Okay, now world boss fragment exchange. This is pretty straightforward. For weapon fragments, it's 1-to-1. For armor fragment, however, there is a different type of formula. If I'm not wrong, it's 8 red nose gear fragment to 11 Muskan or back. So it's not common across for the armor fragments. But nevertheless, this is a good way for you to balance out your fragments so that you can craft your primer. Because sometimes you may fall into the situation where you have a lot more of a specific fragment rather than having 240 across, which is the amount you need per primer gear for armor, right? Alright, so that is it. And oh, another thing to take note is that this event, there's no need to FOMO for this event because this event will come quite frequently. For us, I think on Taiwan server, we have had it at least 5 to 6 times, or maybe even more than that. Yeah, it happens like every 6 weeks to 8 weeks. Yeah. Okay, Eileen's gift shop. Okay, this is really good. Buy everything that you can every day from this Eileen's gift shop, because this is the best way to use in-game currency silver to actually get all these resources. It's the most F2P friendly event that you can get from this. Alright, so buy all of it. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, the rest of the events are as per the previous ones. What's this? Okay. So we'll look at the per shop. Before we go in depth, right? Just to look at this, okay, there is a slight change here on the Black Sun. This is pretty much changing to be the same as the time that was changed on the Taiwan and Korea side as well. Event that takes place that triples Black Sun. Okay. For us, the last time we got this event was actually 5 times the amount. But then again, our game was in quite a late state, so that's why they had to do it as a 5 times to be more attractive, I guess. For you guys, it's 3 times. But nevertheless, it's still better than the usual. Even if you are F2P player and you don't want to participate in it because you don't want to get bullied by high CP players, I would recommend getting the very, very lowest tier. Just log in and farm for, I don't know, a few minutes and get the lowest tier and just log out after that. The lowest tier, if I'm not wrong, is 10k points, and you get 10 plus of the holy cups. So might as well do it. So you get triple, so that's like 30 plus, right? Might as well do it since there's an event, and all you need is just 10k to get the very, very bare minimum reward, which is not too bad, honestly speaking. I mean, even on my sub account previously when I was playing, I also log in to get 10k points and I just log out. Okay, new products wise, this is something that we have been having on the Taiwan server for a very long time, like different chests per day of the week. And the one important thing to take note or to notice here is that there's a lot of items that's ending the sales next week. So I guess you can infer that next week there will be more packages. So probably a good idea to save up for that. That would be my recommendation. But nevertheless, I'll still go through the Monday to Sunday chest as well as the new all-in-one enhancement pack. As for the rest of these, I've already gone through them previously when they were added, so you know which are the ones that have value. You can buy those. You can still continue to buy those this week if you want to, but my recommendation is actually to save for next week and the coming weeks to see what are the new packages they may give. Because the way it works in BDM is that the packages will always be more worth it as it goes. The packages will always give you more stuff as it goes, because the game matures to that stage, especially for you guys in global where the releases are at such a high speed. Alright, so let's go in game and look at the new items. I hope they put it here. Okay, the all-in-one enhancement pack is here. Let's take a look at it. Oh, you know, sometimes you get the bug where you can't buy items. Okay, give me a while. Let me try to relog this. Okay, so I've relogged and this is the package. Okay, there's nothing more else than this. Unless you are doing try hard on your enhancement, I actually don't recommend buying this. That's why I say unless you're really doing try hard on your equipment, or if your equipment is quite behind on the enhancement, then it makes sense to buy this and try your luck. But other than that, it's not too bad in value, but there will be better packages in future. So it's really up to you whether, okay, take for example, if you have 5 pieces of gear that is at V, and 5 pieces of gear at VI, and then you have only one last piece left to get VI, then yes, it may make some sense to buy this just to try getting that last piece to VI. That is how I would rationalize buying this. Right. But then again, like I said, it's actually better to save because of the amount of sales items that are ending next week. It's really a very, very long list. I think it's the longest I've seen so far. And another thing to note is that although they end it so much, but they are not going to give the same number of new items next week because that would just be overwhelming. So if there are specific items that you want, you may need to buy them before they end. But again, like I said, if you're patient enough to wait, right, it's actually better to just wait. I mean, it may be 4 or 5 updates or 4 or 5 weeks before you actually get the specific one that you want, but at least there'll be a lot more of it in for the same price. Oh, and another thing, don't buy the Path of Glory because the season is ending soon, and a new type of ticket will be launched for season 3. So no point buying the POG tickets. Just wait until near the end of the season and spend all your tickets just to see whether they will come up with a new Rift difficulty, which I feel like they would. Yeah. Or they can just release the new Rift difficulty with the new season to incentivize players to buy more. That's another possible route that can be taken, but nevertheless, just wait until the end of the season, the last week of the end of the season, before really spending all your POG tickets. Alright. Okay, now let's look for that daily deal. Okay. So same concept is always locked until the actual day itself. But I have to say, daily packages are quite expensive. So for us, our daily packages is usually quite cheap, and most of it is bought using pearls actually. Yeah. So this is quite different, and it's a bit too expensive in my opinion. 1000 black crystal selection chest along with a 50% vaults for 100 of it for 41.98 SGD, which is about 30 USD. No, I wouldn't buy this myself. I wouldn't buy this unless it's really cheap. This is okay, but depending on the price. Restoration scroll is very important, so it really depends on the price. No, not until the new season, unless you really want to stock up on the current, but I really don't recommend it. this is only worth buying if you're really low on these two resources, the essence and residue. Otherwise, no. So this is dependent on, these two are dependent on price. This is not great. So it's only really these two, depending on their price. Okay. Yeah, I really wouldn't spend all this. This, it has to be really high value in terms of the cost. The cost has to be really low in order for it to be worth it. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy this as well. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. I guess that's the end of the video and the review. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.